Hey there, this is a 2019 Ford Fusion Hybrid, and I wanted to go over some of the details and everything about this car, just like I would do if a customer was here and they were picking up their vehicle. So I always like to start from left to right, move across the vehicle. So I have your lock and unlock is here. Your mirror controls are here. This controls your left mirror. Obviously, we're going to move that mirror around. Right mirror, you move that mirror around. This locks the back window, so when you got those kids in the car seat. Window controls, one touch up and down. Right here's your light controls. So this is lights off. You want your parking lights on, and then this will leave it in auto. These buttons here will be for your display, and there are dimmer switches. So one thing I'm going to do here, I'm going to just go ahead and turn on the car. This key fob you keep in your purse or pocket, and you just put your foot on the brake and start it up. Now this is a hybrid, so one thing you don't hear is the engine running. What you got to do is look down here in the bottom corner. You see this guy right there, that little green thing. That means the vehicle is ready to drive. And you see over here on the left, right there, it's telling me that yes, this vehicle is ready to drive. So to get rid of that little OK, ready to drive, on this left directional pad, you're gonna hit the OK button. That will get rid of any of the messages. So here we have your turn signal, okay, brights. And then on the outside here, you see this little button. If you look on the left side of the display, if I hit that button, it turns that on and off. That is for your lane keeping assist. So while you're driving, the road will actually sense the lines on the road. If you are weaving in and out, it's either going to vibrate the steering wheel or it will give you an alert. If you see up here on the dash, you can't really see it. Actually, that'll light up red and shine back off the windshield. You can see that right there. So that is part of your lane keeping assist to help you keep you centered in the lane. Here we have your cruise control. So now in the 2019 Ford Fusion, this car has adaptive cruise control. So this is the Ford Co-Pilot 360 Assist. So it operates just like your normal cruise control. You hit this on. This is your cancel. This is your resume. This is your set. That's all the same. So I go ahead and turn this on. You notice now up here on the display there are 4 dashes. That symbolizes the car lengths that you want to keep this car behind. So you can switch it to 3, 2, turn it off, go ahead and turn that back on, 2 car lengths, 1 car length, and that's where it limits. You don't have to use the adaptive cruise control. I recommend it. So this is how you set the amount of car lengths that you want to stay behind the vehicle in front of you. Over here on this gauge, you're going to see this is your gas gauge. So we're going to walk through this really quick, and there's a separate video for just the functionality of the screen. So you have display trip, vehicle information, and settings. So display trip, so you have your miles per hour. Then there's a couple different screens here called Engage, Empower, and then you can configure some of those screens yourself. Tire pressure, trip 1, and trip 2. So what I want to go through is really briefly is this system, this screen right here. This side over here will give you your instant miles per gallon. When it's lighted up blue as you're driving, that's telling you that you're using more battery power. This over here on that far side is your kilowatts. That's the amount of energy that you're using. So as you're driving, you'll see a blue or white bar or yellow. So when you're driving, as it goes up in power, it's telling you how much power your car is using. Anything in white is going to tell you, hey, we're using more of the battery and the gas engine combined. In amber, that means, hey, you need to adjust your driving habits because you're using more power than what both of those combined can do. And then if it's lit up blue, that means you're driving all in just the battery power. So it's a good little information system there as well for you. I'm going to back out. Vehicle information. Right here, I recommend when you first get your vehicle, everybody run through this. This is your tutorial. So this one says, hey, find your way, your brake coach, your battery display, and your regen display. So we're gonna go ahead and click this up. So you can read through here, kind of scrolling up and tells you how the system works. Brake coach, that's kind of important. So as you're driving, you'll see a little battery sign that comes up on that side, and it will teach you how to brake. So you'll see a little circle thing that spins around, and if you push your brake slowly down to the floor, not fast to the floor, you want to drive with the brake coach to get as much energy returned to the vehicle as possible. Battery display, so right there, just kind of tells you what each one of these does. So we're gonna head back here. Driver alert, so right now, it's not available because I'm not driving. There is something called My Key on this vehicle. So you can take your key fob, you can set one of these as an admin, and one of these is your regular key, and then you can set a maximum miles per hour for the vehicle. We're gonna head back over here to vehicle settings. So driver assist, you can turn off your traction control, your blind spot, cross traffic, and you can switch. You can turn off the adaptive cruise control there. Cross traffic alert, you can turn that off there. What that is if you're backing up and a vehicle's coming from the side that you don't see, it's going to beep at you. Blind spot detection, if you notice in the mirror here, you do have blind spot detection. There's a little circle underneath those two cars. While you're driving, you go to turn into another lane, that will light up yellow whenever there is a car in your blind spot. There's a lot of stuff over here in this display. Brake coach, we want to leave that on. Battery display, we want that on. So there we go. We have a full battery here. And remember, the way this battery charges is not a plug-in hybrid. What you do is when you're braking, it will return that energy to the vehicle battery. All right. This directional pad, you can control your entertainment, your phone, and your GPS. So I'm not going to really run. It's pretty self-explanatory. Entertainment. So whatever is playing now, so that's listed on country, you can change that station going from AM, your second AM, FM, FM2. You want to change the Sirius station, we can do that. We're going to show you some other ways to do that as well. Phone, there's no phone connected, so it's not going to show you how to use your phone from here, but you can use your phone there as well. Navigation. So this is one thing I like to have when that GPS is running. Down here in the bottom left of that screen, it'll display your speed limit as you're driving. When I turn that GPS on, and then fuel economy, so that'll actually go through, here's your fuel economy, your average, how much energy you're using in acceleration, how much you're returning and braking, and how much you're using in cruising. There you go, that's the brief overview. If you go back to this side of the steering column, you'll see this is where your volume is for your stereo, this is your mute, this is change preset or track. This is answer phone, hang up phone, and then mute. So if I want to call someone, I hit this button. If I want to set the climate or use the navigation system by voice activation, this is your voice activated button. We're going to come here to the center stack. All right, so on the center stack, this is our new Sync 3 system. If I press home, this is what home will look like. This is your Sync 3 navigation. This displays your radio. This will display your phone. Easy to access everything across the bottom with audio, climate, phone, navigation, any apps, and any vehicle settings. So you click audio, hit the audio button, and you can cycle through AM, FM, Sirius, or Bluetooth. Bluetooth will get you anything that's playing off your phone, will then play off the speakers. To set a preset, it's pretty easy. Here, if you wanted to save this country music station, you just press and hold. Now let's say you are a huge Craig Morgan fan. You could press alert to whatever artist is showing there, click add, and then that artist would then be a favorite on any Sirius radio station. I'm gonna pull this off really quick so you can see better. You can access your Sirius channel guide here, all by genre. You can direct tune, so let's say we wanted to listen to some more pop, we hit the channel number and enter. You can change it, or we can do it just like this, on this voice activated button here.
Please say a command.
Sirius channel 9.
Tuning to channel 9.
Boom. And we've changed to whatever Sirius station I wanted. In this case, it was 90s on 9. So we're going to go back to FM. And notice it's on the 99.5. Not really a country fan.
Please say a command.
105.5.
Tuning to FM 105.5.
There we go. You can also change FM and AM radio stations the same way. Now we're going to move over to climate. So you do have your climate feature here and here. So you can change the temperature here or here, here or here. You want to turn off the dual and just make your passenger suffer with whatever you want that temperature to be. You can do that. Rear defrost is here, and it's also down here. Max defrost is here, and it's also right there. Click auto to get whatever temperature that you want. We're going to take that off right now. That's to turn it off. All of those functionalities are here except for the direction of face and feet and defrost. That has to be done from the screen. Phone functions are here, so if I want to add the phone, turn on your Bluetooth on there, connect the phone. You can manually dial a phone number. You can have your text messages read to you while you drive. GPS. So this vehicle comes with built-in GPS. This is what your home screen looks like. So if I wanted to set a destination, hit the search button. And let's say it's the morning, so we need our morning coffee. We're going to hit Starbucks. Here's our nearest Starbucks. I hit start. If a phone was
Obey traffic laws, be alert, and use voice commands while driving.
If you want to change the prompt
Please
volume
proceed to the highlighted
while she's
route,
talking,
and then the route guidance
that is when you can
start.
change the prompt volume by moving the volume up and down. So now I've got my destination set to Starbucks. You can see that in 5 minutes I'll get there, 1.4 miles, or 9:57. So if I want to see the route, you can do that by changing the different screen views. So I'm going to click view route. There we go. So now we're going to do something else. This is really cool with our GPS.
Please say a command.
Navigation.
Navigation. Please say a command.
Find a POI.
Searching nearby. Please say the name of the POI.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Please say a line number.
So I'm going to pick one that's a little bit farther
When
away.
ready, press the voice button and then say set as destination or set as waypoint.
So now I have two options. If I set as new destination, it will cancel out the previous one I just did as Starbucks. So now we're going to put a waypoint. So now it'll take me to Buffalo Wild Wings to Starbucks, or I can move that up and down. We're going to get coffee before we head to lunch. I hit go, and there we go. It has calculated our new route. It will take me to the place I had first, and then the place I had second.
Will start.
If you don't want to go to any of those places, you want to change that, you can edit the waypoint list there. You can schedule a detour. You can change the screen view from full map to highway exit to a turn by turn. But in this case, we're just going to cancel because we're not going to any of those places. I could cancel just one of my locations or the entire route, and we're going to go ahead and cancel that route. This is a brief overview of the GPS. So one thing you want to do when you first get your car, you want to go to vehicle settings, you want to go to map preferences. We're going to turn on the POI icons. Those are points of interest. You're going to select the POI. I usually select 2 for each customer. When they pick up their vehicle, I pick all restaurants. I'll pick all the gas stations that are around, and then I'll let the customer kind of pick that third one that you can have showing up. So now if I go back to my nav screen, now my POI icons are showing up on the screen. If you have your phone Bluetooth connected, you can actually have some compatible apps that are running on the screen as well. So Pandora, Spotify, anything like that. If you are an Apple user, you have your phone connected down here. There's 2 USB charging ports, and there is a old accessory power supply here. If you have your USB hooked in, Apple CarPlay will show up on your screen. So if you're an Apple person, you can have Apple kind of an interface running on the screen. If you're an Android fan or Android user, still have that USB plugged in on this USB side that is closer to the driver. You're going to download the Android Auto app, get that set up, and then you actually can have Android Auto running on this screen, which would allow you to use Google Maps, Waze, Pandora, Spotify, all those kind of things right there. So this is something different in the 2017 model year. Ford switched to this turn dial here. So if I want to get driving, I put it in reverse, and now you see my rear backup camera on the screen, neutral, drive. So that is how you shift in this vehicle. This is your emergency parking brake. If I go ahead and I turn that emergency parking brake on, you see it's flashing right here. That brake shows up. If I put my foot on the brake and press it down, that park brake goes off. This is eco mode. So if I put this in eco mode, the vehicle is going to try to run more on a battery mode than just the power of the engine. You see that on there? I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. And then we have that green thing right there. We've turned off our traction control. Notice in here we have a nice little center console for you. In here, you have 2 cup holders. You have a little cubby here for some storage. Here is your glove box. Your owner's manual is there. If your vehicle has this, which Ford Fusion does, you do have your security key code card there. Up here you have your lights. So you can turn on right light, left light, all the lights, and then this button here is going to turn on or off if you open the door. So now if I hit that button, if I get out of the car at night, all the lights will stay off, which is really great if you got a kid in the car in the back, a little baby sleeping, the lights don't come on. This one will turn all the lights off on the interior. You have your little vanity mirrors on the driver and the passenger side as well, right there. Rear seats, we'll get out now and I'll show you some, just a brief overview of some of the other things. Oh, one thing I almost always forget, because the Fusion Hybrid has this, but the regular Fusions do not. To get your gas flap open in the back, you do have to hit that to unlock it, or you won't be able to fill up. You get out there and you'll push on the door and it won't open. The gas gauge is on the driver's side. So just really quick, here's your seats in the back. They do fold flat with this little button here. Easy push up right here. In the very back, you do have an accessory power supply down there as well. You do have your latch system here in here for your car seats if you have any kids or grandkids that you need to hook up. So we're gonna head out now and I'll show you the trunk. You do have your reverse sensing sensors down there, and you can hit on the key fob. You just hit this button twice to unlock the trunk. Trunk pops open. Here's your trunk. One thing with the Ford Fusion Hybrid or the Ford Fusion Energy, your battery is located back here, so you do lose a little bit of space back here as well. So we're gonna go ahead and shut this for you. Your gas is right there. Remember, you have to hit that button up front as well. So this is a basic overview of the Ford Fusion Hybrid. Check it out. This gets you a little idea of where everything is located in your vehicle when you go to get your car on delivery. So thank you. Hopefully you enjoyed this little tutorial and walkthrough.